Hello, gorgeous Virgos. Welcome to your reading with me. This is kind of like a bonus reading for you guys to see what's going to be going on in the month of November. All right, my lovelies. So I'm excited. Let's dive in and see what's going on for you guys. For the month ahead, of course, I pulled out an animal spirit for you, and you guys have the firefly being a bit of an energy following you guys during this month. So let's see what it says. The firefly contains the light of 1,000 stars. It's pure, radiant, and illuminating. This high-frequency charge cannot be sustained for long. Therefore, the firefly card indicates a moment of inspiration or awakening that quickly fades if we do not catch it. There is firefly energy behind every poem, song, and invention. Our job is to be ready to harness this creative spirit when it graces our path. What can you do to support this precious and elusive light? That was so inspiring to even read. I don't know if you caught on to that, but it just almost feels like every single thing that if you look around you in the room that you're in, or even whatever you're looking at this device, like this video on, the devices that you're using, everything was once someone's inspiration and an idea, a little vision in their mind or something. So this month of November, get ready to kind of come up with something that could be huge if you allow yourself to take action on it, right? Ooh, that's interesting. So the firefly represents opportunity coming up for you guys and inspiration. Okay, but remember, it's fleeting inspiration. If you do not take action on it and you say, those ideas, when you go to bed and your brain just kind of starts going on a little bit, and you start thinking about things, you're like, I remember that in the morning. Like, I should really write that down, but I'll think about it tomorrow. And then you will never remember it. Write down your ideas in the month of November. You do not want to miss what you're capable of bringing to life through your amazing ideas. So Virgo, right, get your journals out, get your lists out, and don't be afraid, right? Don't sacrifice a little, you're this amazing idea just for a little bit of comfort. All right, so I really want you to take action on it. I feel like this is a time to go for it. I feel like, okay, let's see what other things come out here, but just that message alone is so huge for you. All right, let's see what else. Let me just adjust myself, Virgo, because I've been sitting here all day. Let's see what's going on for my gorgeous Virgos, please, for the month of November. What is that? By the book. When this card comes in, it does kind of represent to do things the right way. And I wonder how that might fit with the firefly, because sometimes there's a time in life to kind of, change things up, find your own way, create your own path. And sure, that doesn't mean that just because this month you're not doing that you'll never do that. It's not true. What I'm saying is that during this month, this is a time to do what works. All right. So I wonder if this is your way of procrastinating and kind of a bit of self-sabotage, is that you overcomplicate things. You have this idea and then you have to kind of, just reinvent the wheel. But it's like, I feel like there's an easier way. And By the Book is about that, right? It's time to get invested in knowledge and information. This card is also a card for me that I always say you're being guided somewhere. So this is not a time to be frivolous and reckless. It's a time to kind of study. It's a time to do the boring stuff. It's time to follow the lead. It's a time to see other people's information, because you might actually gain more knowledge through books than by discovering things on your own, right? What I'm hearing is that what you want to do has already been done before, but maybe you're going to kind of do it in a different way. Follow the structure and then create your own thing at the end of that. I don't know what they mean by what they're saying. I'm just going to leave that with you guys, because it feels like you can get there faster that way. And also, yes, go buy the book. Go read some books, Virgo. I know you probably do already, but on whatever you want to bring to life, there's so much knowledge that you can get through people who've already lived those experiences and tried a million times. You can learn more from that than trying your own a million times in a much faster way. So, okay, that's interesting. And then you'll have more creativity later down the line. But By the Book is about following the status quo. All right, well, what else do we got for you? Let's see what else. So it's interesting. We got this kind of little balance of different energies here. You got the Sun, which is all about success, new beginnings. It is about your identity as well, showing up differently here, but it absolutely is about happiness and success and new things. Purpose. Virgo, you guys are discovering your purpose during this time. Gorge, you got 111. If you're seeing that number, then it absolutely means that something in this reading is for you. And for me, how do I read 111? I always see that as divine support. I always see that as angels being around you. It's one of my favorite numbers, actually. It can also represent wish fulfillment, right? But I always see it links to a 3, right? And a 3 to me is you, spirit, and your creation together. It's like kind of like this, co-creation and a product of that. So I quite like that. So this could be you and spirit working hard, going down the right way to create this new beginning, this miracle for some of you as well. Okay, this says, I know what I'm here to do. So in the month of November, you are knowing what you need to do. Write this affirmation, say it to yourself every day if you want to, but I feel like it's very important. Reminding yourself of your clear vision or to get clear. All right, let's see. What else is going on for Virgos? I'm going to apologize for my fringe or my bangs because I wanted to go for the stuck in the rain look today. Okay, got a lot going on. Virgo, you could still be having some pain over some things that you no longer have. It's Uranus month. Okay, that could be an old version of yourself. That could be an old, thing that you once had, a person, a situation. All right, could be grieving something with the spear. Goldfish says increase in material wealth or spiritual growth coming up for you. Love that. Flowers, which is about happiness, coming up for you as well during this month. So we've got mixture messages. Frying pan says that you might face some trouble or accusations. Let's just say probably some, what we call in the UK, shit stars. So just be aware of that. I wouldn't worry about it. Now, wherever the finger lies, it's what it's pointing towards. It says warning of a problem either now or in the near future, but I never see it as that. Whenever this comes in, it's just spirit is like hyperfixating on this energy, which is needle and thread. A sincere wish will be granted. So that's what spirit wants you to look at during this month. All right, they're making you aware that a wish will be granted. So if you don't know what your wish is, maybe it's time to actually write it down. Write down one simple wish and watch it happen in November. I promise. That is a promise. I'm being guided to say it's a promise. All right. Now it's interesting how I put it down. It's now pointing at frying pan. So just to make you aware of trouble and accusations, we'll see how that shows up in your reading. But who cares when we got this amazing energy? Do we care about trouble accusations? Right, let's see what's going on for my gorgeous Virgos, please spirit. What's going on in the month of November? Oh, look at that. Okay, we're going to dive into it. 3 of Pentacles jumping up on top of this. Gorgeous. Remember how I said 111 is a 3? Spirit is saying, yes, 3 of Pentacles. You are building the foundations of something incredible, and you and Spirit are collaborating together to make this happen. Now, of course, you could also be collaborating for whatever this is you're bringing to life. And again, this is a little hint that this is great, but this is you doing the work. I'm going to show you if you can even see it. This is you doing the hard work, right? Building the foundation, getting the plan sorted, finalizing the details. Whatever it is that you guys are doing, this feels really amazing for you. I'm going to leave that there. Right. You also have in the month of November, 3 of Swords and a Tower. So that's going to need some clarification. This could be a breakup. This could be, something really disappointing that might happen beyond your control. It does bring in that spear, right? We did have that heartache. This could be a past thing that you guys are, revisiting. By the way, Mercury retrograde's happening in November. So yes, past energies, memories, all that stuff is coming up. But let's see. Why is the 3 of Swords here for November? Okay. I get this energy that don't spread yourself too thin. You know what I'm seeing with this? I just feel like people who just don't deserve your time and attention, or let's say you have a business and you have a target audience, and there are people who are not your target audience might have something to say about it, and I just feel like you might face some criticism. That could be the trouble accusations, but these are coming from people who are not your audience, your target audience. So I almost feel like in a way it might hurt you because 3 of Swords, it might hurt you here. But I almost feel like Spirit doesn't want you to really look at it. If they want you to look at it, they want you to kind of learn something from it in a way that you look at it differently. Because I almost feel like, I don't know, it's almost like the people who you're not giving your attention to, and that's the right thing to do, right? 6 of Pentacles is about doing something fair and balanced. But the people who are trying to take advantage of you, for example, are going to have, it's almost like I want you to be okay with being the villain in some people's stories in November, because it doesn't make you a bad person that some people don't get access to you. Does that make sense? This is what I'm feeling, is that people who, I don't know, it's like, you know what I'm saying? It just feels like, I don't know how to describe it, but it feels like everyone feels like they should deserve access to you. Everyone feels like you should be paying attention to them, or you should, I don't know, put your product to do with them, or I don't know what it is exactly in your story, but it just feels a little bit like, just don't let this get to you too much. If you want to look at it through a different lens and understand where is this pain coming from, because it could trigger something in you, right? Not feeling good enough, and this is just highlighting that belief system in you, then really dive into it. But because I just get this energy, this is someone who doesn't really actually deserve extra things from you, right? They don't deserve something from you. And it just almost, or maybe it's just not for them, right? What you're doing is not bad. And the Page of Wands just feels like negative feedback or negative commentary, because Page of Wands to me is always spoken word, or even online these days. Page of Wands just feels like criticism or gossip. Okay, and this could be coming from people of the past, by the way, people who you decided to not entertain. Maybe you didn't cut it off with them, and maybe you just decided that you weren't going to speak to them anymore. This is who I'm speaking about. It just feels a little bit like someone that and they're probably talking about you. All right, the Tower card, the Ten of Swords. So this is absolutely an ending. I got this card reversed here. I just wanted to switch it around. This is an ending for sure. Ten of Swords, Three of Swords. Something's coming to a close. What exactly is this about, and why is it going on in November? Why is this I said, what is this about? Five of Swords. This is about a conflict that you had with someone. And again, understand that some things are just a defeat. That's it. Don't need to fix it. Don't need to win anything here. It's just about understanding that, okay, just is what it is. Because this is you taking the Three Swords with you. And these are maybe one or two people who you've had to walk away from or were in conflict with that just didn't agree. Like sometimes it's just about agreement. Doesn't mean that they're right and you're wrong, by the way, just because they disagree. It just feels like it's just one of those things. People got different opinions sometimes. And then I said, like, why is this coming up in November? Well, the Knight of Pentacles. This could just be about the fact that you're moving forward with your life, that you're progressing, that you're planting seeds and stuff. And maybe people are coming up here and they just don't really like where you're putting your time and energy. And people have to nitpick. How is this showing up in November? Either this is just still on your mind, or it's something that you didn't fully emotionally detach from. Because Two of Pentacles, with how it's showing up, tells me it's a little bit of something that you're still balancing. You're still trying to figure out. You're still trying to understand if you did the right thing or not. Eight of Cups, by walking away. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Look at that. Knowing your worth, knowing your value, getting your independence back. Do what's right for you. Like I said, sometimes, it's not about going out your way to make people's lives miserable. I'm not saying to do that, and I know that you've not done that. What I'm saying is that, again, some people are not going to agree with your decision making. Some people are not going to agree with the fact that you want to distance yourself from them, right? Some people are not going to agree that maybe they're not right for you or whatever it is. Some people are not going to agree that they were a bad person in your life either, right? It just is what it is. You just need to know that what you need to do in your life is fair for you, okay? Knight of Pentacles, you're moving forward. So again, this might just be coming up because of some feelings or some memories around it. Is this an event or a message coming in, or just in Virgo's mind? Two of Wands, Six of Cups. I think you're just thinking about it. Seven of Swords. I don't know if there's guilt on your shoulders or deep down, or again, if this is about someone from your past who again was reckless, sneaky, doing things behind your back and stuff like that. Two of Wands. I wonder if you expect it to come up in the future, and that's why you're thinking about it. You're thinking about your future, but also the past is there. So maybe this is what you're currently still dealing with. Okay, let's move forward. What else is going on for Virgo in November? Eight of Pentacles, gorgeous energy, how it's linking from this. I love this month for you. I want you to plan. I want you to think big. What I'm seeing is like a mind map. which makes sense with the message of the firefly of like, I want you to write things down. Like, is that mind map? What do you guys call it? I'm seeing like, what do you call it, Bear? I'm seeing like something in the middle, and I'm seeing branches coming off of it and different ideas or something expanding. Okay, anyway, 8 of Pentacles, the hard work. You guys might be working overtime. You might be working extra time. You might be working more than usual. Again, diving into books, they're all here. Whatever you're doing that you're working on, choosing to take action on and effort into is going to pay off. Some of you are going to start seeing some of your skills increasing. Some of you are going to start seeing that, again, the work that you're doing and putting into things, whether it be through discipline or, you just genuinely want to work on something. Chef's kiss. I see a lot of growth, a lot of finances for you. And the number 11 seems to be very important. And actually, November is the 11th month. So maybe this is like a lucky time for you in November. I'm not sure, but it just feels a little bit like things are working out. Okay, why is the 8 of Pentacles here? Page of Cups. Interesting. Why is the Page of Cups here with the 8 of Pentacles? I think this is about doing something that you're passionate about. I do want to say expect good news with your work. This could be an opportunity coming your way, or an opportunity to, there's an opportunity coming your way. And again, this could be the firefly, and it's a spark of inspiration that they want you to take action on. I feel like I'm getting like the go ahead for that. I'm almost seeing like there's something that can expand what you're doing currently. So don't be afraid to go away from this, to go on a trip, or I don't know, to go, what am I seeing? I just see that you're going to get an opportunity during this time, even if it's from an idea or someone mentioning something, and they want you to do it at that moment. Spirit says, do it. Just don't worry about polishing off this thing. Like, go and do the other thing, because it's important for some reason. Can I understand why? Knight of Wands is about expansion, growth, learning something new. Hermit, well, Virgo, there's something to learn on a soul level, maybe about your purpose. Six of Pentacles, about what you're giving your time and energy to. This is a very philanthropic combination of cards. So I wonder if you guys are like, your purpose really is about what you're giving to others. You're in demand. That's what I'm going to say to you during this month. You're in demand. And the people who can't have something from you, and this could be on a wide scale, this could be in general, maybe your family want to speak to you during this month. Maybe people want to see you. Maybe your business is booming, or maybe, people want more of you in the workspace, or I don't know what it is, but you're in demand. And you might not have time for a lot of people. And the people who, where you're prioritizing things in your life, other people who, again, are not being prioritized might have something to say about it, by the way. Just that's the theme that's coming up. It could create a rift here. But you're doing something for a bigger purpose. I think it's just immaturity that's coming from this energy here. Anyway, a lot of you are here to really help people. And that's really a big part of your purpose is to give your gifts to the world, whatever your gifts are, right? Some of you are just Virgo, some of you just have great wisdom and that's it, right? Maybe write in a book, or just creating something for others, or I do something important. I'm going to get you one more of these, and I'm going to actually dive into each of these individual ones. Anything else going on for Virgos in November? Hearing powerhouse. You're a powerhouse. 7 Pentacles, a lot more Pentacles coming in. But let's see why the 7. 7 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles. Again, this Page of Wands is feeling like the firefly, this burst of energy, this idea that just comes to mind. It feels casual, but it can make you more money, or again, it can bring you more stability or more success, more long-term success, more stability. Maybe even a deepening of the connection, but it's not so much a love reading here. 7 of Wands jumping on it over here. It says, despite everything that you're dealing with, all this work and maybe even a conflict coming up, everything you're dealing with, I do feel like keep prioritizing your growth. I think it's so important. Keep pushing, basically, despite how much you're dealing with during the month of November, despite how much work you got going on, keep pushing. Don't give up on yourself, all right? Because I do see this absolutely paying off for you guys. And it feels like this idea is what you're prioritizing. It's like, sorry guys, like this month is just more busy than usual, you know, and it feels like that dedication that you have to your purpose is going to pay off. Virgo, they're like, Virgo, you're not coming out with us anymore. And it's like, you're not doing it intentionally. You just really are, you really want to focus on something that brings you something in your life. And what's the harm in that, right? Nothing. Buy the book, going by the book. Let's clarify all this stuff. So again, as we're saying here, there is going to be something that's going to help you build on what you've already been building on, for example, to help you cash out. I don't know what they mean by this, but it's to help you to grow what you've been growing here. Some of you, this could also be if you've been waiting to have children. I see that happening too. It feels like some of you are like expanding a family, something that's been stagnant or, you know, just plodding along for a while, whether it be a business, career, whatever. I see that that's expanding. This could be that you just decide, you know what, maybe I could be, I don't know, roles in careers, but maybe I want to go up a level, you know, maybe I want to go quite big, higher up in the work hierarchy, or maybe I want to start my own business. And it's like doing what you're doing, you know, it just feels like you've already been doing something, and then you get this little, just a little inner child voice. It feels very casual, feel very, you know, not woo woo, but it just feels, you know, anyone else would be like, oh yeah, like just let it pass you by. But for some reason it clicks in the month of November. And I think it's going to make you big bucks and also just launch you towards abundance, happiness, stability, financial security. Okay, so take it seriously. All right, anything for the Firefly? 3 of Cups, success, celebration, go for it. Okay, buy the book. Why is this here? Interesting. 8 of Pentacles reverse. Why is that there with buy the book? Buy the book. The Magician tried to come through. Why is the buy the book here? 8 of... Interesting. So 8 is, okay, 9 of Cups, Hierophant. This is about structure. It's also about beliefs, but it's also about commitments. 9 of Cups. Commitments will bring wish fulfillment. We've already been saying that, but the 8 of Swords tells me you feel a bit stuck here, up in your head. You feel a bit trapped. 8 of Pentacles reversed. Why does this come up over here like that? I think it's about more discipline. Especially with the 3 of Cups. Yes, it represents success, but it can also be a little bit about short-term happiness. You know, it's all about, you know, it's great to celebrate along the way, but it's almost a little bit like, I don't know, if you want to save up your money, but you keep ordering takeout, like, I don't know. It could be that, you know, you were going to do this weekend as your focus weekend, but then your friends have a thing going on and it's like, oh, I'd rather do that because it makes me happy in the moment. Then the 8 of Pentacles being here, especially the Firefly, it just really feels like this is that fleeting energy that if you don't if you don't be disciplined enough and go, do you know what, I need to be more in control and direct, then maybe it won't happen. So again, it's almost like this energy of doing the mundane or doing the boring parts during this week. Okay, the sun, I say the week, the month, the sun and the Empress. Look at you glowing up. Okay, again, some of you are going to have children, by the way, during this month for sure, because the sun, there's a little baby here and then there's the Empress, which is pregnant. So yes, for some of you this is the time, but of course it's not for everyone. The Empress is about abundance, and remember, we got that special number 3 coming through during a reading. You got 3 and 11 being important. I wonder if the 3rd of November is important. We'll see. Hopefully I'm gonna publish this before. But yeah, the Empress, abundance, the sun, happiness, success, new beginnings. This is all setting the walkway for you. All right, why is purpose here for November? Interesting. Why is this all around the buy the book? Purpose. I know what I'm here to do. The 4 of Wands, of course, is usually can be about engagements, marriage, but it is of course about wish fulfillment. 11. It's weird how it's here with the stuck energy. Purpose. I know what I'm here to do. Lately, maybe you've been feeling unsuccessful. Maybe you've been struggling financially, right? You've been lacking with control. You've been dealing with difficult feelings, emotions, belief systems. You've been feeling unsuccessful, like things are not really working out for you. So where's the turning point? 9 of Cups, wish fulfillment. Where is the turning point? Devil. Cutting away from maybe this energy. Fears. worst case scenarios, negative belief systems about yourself and what you're capable of, devil energy, right? Toxic ties to people of the past. So you're connecting more to your purpose by releasing a lot of stuff and getting more serious about your goals and dreams. Definitely healing some generational financial stuff is what I'm hearing. You know, like the kind of thing where it's like you're becoming the millionaire of your family kind of vibe. But you got to believe in it. You got to, you know, dedicate yourself to the purpose, right? It just feels a little bit like this is a time to shine and to get serious about a mission, because otherwise it's not going to happen. And Spirit's kind of pushing that for you. Go buy the book. You got to do sometimes some things and work with Spirit a little bit here so that you can then celebrate later on. You know, it's that kind of month. Anyway, I've been yapping. This is incredible. I hope you understand how powerful this reading is. It's just that little pick me up from Spirit, to get more serious about what it is that you're working on, because you can absolutely have an incredible amount of wealth, stability in your life, and success. Okay, this beautiful energy coming through for you. But anyway, I'm going to wish you well. Have an amazing month, Virgos. Let me know in the comment section how it resonates with you during the month. If it already fits in your story, let me know. Give the video a big thumbs up for me and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you guys next time.